Good day. Okay, my name is Oyewole David, and I'm popularly known as King David. So I welcome you to the official educational consult. And firstly, before we proceed, I want you to do something for me. Please, I want you to click on the subscribe button on your screen so that whenever I post something good, you'll be able to benefit from it. And this is how you do it. After you have clicked on the subscribe button, you will see something like a notification bell. So just click on that too. Please, before we proceed, can you just do that for me? Please. Okay, having done that, thank you. So now we can proceed. Okay, now in this video, we are going to be teaching you the simultaneous equation. And then this is very necessary because in almost there are some topics in mathematics that when you get to a certain level, you will have to introduce this. And without introducing it, you might not be able to proceed. So that's why you need simultaneous equation and you need a full knowledge of it. And today I'll be teaching you whenever you have two equations like this. Actually, for simultaneous equation, you can have more than two, because when it says simultaneous equation, that means you are solving two or more equations at the same time. You are solving it at the same time. That's what simultaneous. You are solving it simultaneously, and that's just the simple meaning it gives. Now, you have two equations here, and this is very simple. Now, let me break it down. We have some methods which we can apply in solving simultaneous equation, and part of them we have the elimination method, we have the substitution method, and then in matrices we have Cramer's rule. You can also apply that. So when we get to, you can check our video on matrices. That's where you can get to see the simultaneous equation in matrices. But for today, I'll be teaching you on elimination method, which is the simplest of all these methods. Elimination method is still the shortest and the simplest form. And now please pay attention. So now when you are being given two equations like this, you name them equation 1, equation 2. Now you have the two equations, right? Now, you are going to derive another equation from this. And we want to make sure that one part of either x or y has the same coefficient. When you say coefficient, coefficient means the number beside that letter. So now the coefficient of x here is 5. Do you get it now? So how do we achieve that? So now if we are going to be eliminating x, so the coefficient of x here is 1, right? So because the coefficient of x for equation 1 is 1, so you use that 1 to multiply equation 2 times 1. Do you get it? Now the coefficient of x for equation 2 is 5, so you use that 5 to equation 1. You switch it. Don't use 1 to multiply equation 1. Don't use the coefficient of equation 1 to multiply equation 1, because you are still going to get the same thing at the end of the day. So the aim of this is that we can achieve the same coefficient for x in both equation 1 and 2. Do you get it now? So now by the time you use this 5 to multiply all through here, 5 times x will give you what? 5x. 5 times y will give you what? 5y. Equals to 5 times 7 will give you what? 35, right? Then when you use 1 to multiply all through here, it means 1 times 5x is what? 5x. 1 times minus 3y. Minus 3y. Equals to 1 times 5 is what? 1 times minus 5 rather. That's going to give you minus 5. Because anything multiplied by 1 is still that same thing. And then this will be your equation 3 and then your equation 4. Now, to eliminate, the simple thing you are going to do here is what? You subtract these two equations you just derived. So you subtract this from this. And this is just the simple setting. And now how do you do that? 5x minus 5x. Obviously, when you have 5x minus 5x, it's just like this is plus and minus. And when you have plus and minus of the same thing, you know, you have 5x and then you give 5x out. What will you be left with? That's 0. Do you get it now? So 5x minus 5x will give you 0. You know that. And then now you have 5y minus 5y. I want you to pay attention to this, because now this thing really do matter. Because you have two minus here. 5y minus 3y. And then this minus and minus, you are going to multiply them. So minus times minus will give you what? Plus. So if minus times minus will give you plus, that means 5 y plus 3y. And that will give us what? 8y. Then equals to 35 minus 5. This minus still applies to the ones outside here. So 35 minus 5, that will give you what? 35 plus, because minus times minus is plus, right? So that's 35 plus 5. That's making what? 40. And then you divide both sides by 8. Having done that, your y equals to 40 divided by 8 is what? 5. You've gotten your y already. And now, to get your x, because for simultaneous equation, we are looking for two variables, which is x and y. And how do we do that to get our y? Now, you will go back to the beginning, which is your equation 1 or 2. Then, you will substitute this y into any of this equation. Because at the end of the day, when you substitute it into equation 1, the same answer you will get is the same answer you will get when you substitute it into equation 2. Now, let's try it with equation 1. That's going to be what? What's our equation 1? Now, substitute y to equation 1. And what's our equation 1? X plus y equals to 7, right? So if x plus y is equals to 7, what's our y? 5. So that's going to be what? X plus 5 equals to 7. And how do you do that? Then, when you get to this kind of place, you know the next thing to do is just to collect like terms, right? So now you collect like terms by saying x equals to 7 minus 5. Why is it minus? Because obviously it was plus here. Then why are we putting minus here? Because whenever you have a plus sign, when it gets to the other side, it will change to minus. And whenever you have a minus sign, when it gets to the other side, it will change to what? Plus. So it's just vice versa. And then we get our x to be what? 7 minus 5 is what? 2. And that's simple. Now we have arrived here and we've gotten our x. So the value of x is 2, while the value of y is what? 5. So it's as simple as that. So whenever you want to solve a simultaneous equation again, you have to consider using elimination method if you are not being given any condition to use substitution or any other method. And then, having done that, I would love to give you a classwork. And this classwork, I want you to drop your answer in the comment section. I want you to drop your answer in the comment section. So, having done this, let me know what you got in the comment section. And thank you so much.